Hi guys, welcome to Film Companion South. I am Vishal Menon and today I'm going to be reviewing Ashok Selvan's new movie Oh My Kadavule. If the 2000s belong to a set of filmmakers inspired by the likes of Balu Mahendra, Mahendran and Maniratnam, it looks like the 2020s will go to a class that has passed out of the Vetrimaran, Selvaraghavan, Gautam Menon school of cinematic complexities. Oh My Kadavule even begins with a dedication to GVM. But his influence over this year's Valentine's Day release extends mainly to the film's surface level detailing. For instance, one of the film's seminal scenes plays out over the theme of Minnale. Later, a character is defined by the most Menonesque of vocations, boxing, while another works as one of GVM's own assistants. And when Arjun, the protagonist, gets confused in love, he doesn't kickstart his bullet to ride all the way to Ladakh seeking romantic enlightenment. He instead chooses to just Aromale his way through Kerala. This confusion itself fits right in because he's torn between his feelings for a Christian girl and B, a girl that's older than him. Also, obviously, the protagonist Arjun is an engineering graduate who nurses dreams of a career in cinema. At least that's the first impression you get from OMK when it begins in a bar with a proposal scene where Anu asks Arjun if he will marry her. But this moment is not the culmination of a timeless love story, nor is it a statement on female empowerment with the woman doing the proposing. Why can't two best friends get married is the question that's driving the proposal. If why not is all you've got as the answer, that's what the first half of OMK looks like. What Ashwath Marimuthu does with OMK is define the gap that separates friendship from love. In other words, it's not about who you can live with, it's more about who you can't live without. And he shows you the distinction between the both. For this, Ashwath replants the Hollywood classic It's a Wonderful Life within the mold of a Tamil rom-com to show us two outcomes of the same scenario. And if Frank Capra's fantasy begins with the man on the verge of suicide, what we see here is a man on the verge of divorce after having married the wrong girl. But the question is, would he do things differently if he were given a second chance? What this narrative structure allows for is a series of great echo scenes. But before that, what we get is a series of cliches on what comprises a bad marriage, which takes up most of the film's first half. This is where the writing remains its weakest, hardly displaying the level of perceptiveness and maturity it gives us later. So we get scenes like the husband making fun of the wife's rock hard dosa, which ends with him telling her that it doesn't come close to his mother's. We then get the other cliche of the man's overall embarrassment at having to work for his wife and her father, who runs a business Arjun has no respect for. Matters like the couple's sex life or the lack of one is just tossed up without it meaning anything. Even the tone here is just as problematic, with the film struggling to make up its mind on whether it wants to be a serious divorce drama filled with silences like Marriage Story or a silly and loud loveless comedy like the first half of Atleast Raja Rani. But as you go along, thanks to the aforementioned echo scenes, you realize at least some of this is by design. So the emotional disconnect you feel with the whiny Arjun and the lifeless Anu is intentional because we are only seeing one half of what's essentially a two-part scene. Little things like how he keeps calling her a noodles Monday, or what Arjun uses for an audition scene, and even the height of Anu's heels come back nicely to reveal unexpected treasures in a film you had almost given up on. Of course, there are constant missteps like a tasteless scene set in a Kerala lodge and an awkwardly staged scene between another couple. But there's always some clever bit of writing that charms the film right back in. It's no classic romance, but as far as Tamil rom-coms go, that too for a film designed specifically for the Valentine's Day weekend, Oh My Kadavule is not half bad. The second half, I mean. So that's it for my review of this week's film Oh My Kadavule. If you like this video, please hit like and subscribe to Film Companion Sound.